Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video where we are tackling not one but two Scrawler challenges. So yeah, I've fallen a little bit behind, but there have been a lot of changes behind the scenes, which means in future, instead of doing these ScrawlrBox unboxings followed by an artwork, we're going to be doing it all as one video, and it will all become very apparent why in the very near future. But we're going to get cracking with this first one. So we've got these pastel pencils and this lovely pastel paper, and yeah, this was an interesting one. I had an initial idea, and yeah, well, we can see how it goes. Okay, so woodlands, meadows, all that kind of stuff. As a wildlife artist, right up my alley. So this is actually a reference picture I have from a zoo that I have been working with in the Kent area. This is a great horned owl. And I just did a little pencil sketch. As we know, not all of the ScrawlrBoxes come with a pencil, but everyone is going to have a pencil around somewhere, so I never feel like that is cheating too much. But yeah, wildlife art, it's my thing, it's what I do. And actually I struggled with this, and it's not the paper, it's not the pastels, it's the size. I find that when I'm working in a small size, I like a really fine tip, and these pastels don't give a fine tip. And I think they would be amazing on something much larger, and I'm intending to use them on some mixed media paper on a large sheet, A4 or A3 or maybe even A2 mixed media paper, and really give them a run for their money. But for this one, didn't quite hit the mark for me. I still really enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed the pastel paper, something that I've not used before. It's like a very fine sandpaper, and it really does grab the pigment from the pencil and put it down, which was great. I really liked that. But in terms of the actual piece itself, pretty standard working, laying in some tones first, then laying in some colours, working in tones with it, and gradually building from there. I always feel with animals, the true likeness is in the face, it's particularly in the eyes, and that's where I struggled with this. Again, it's the scale thing. If it had been a large piece of paper, I feel like this would have worked wonderfully. But yeah, just wasn't the one quite for me, but I think it was more the restrictions of the size than the actual materials themselves. Materials I really liked, I will continue to use in the future. So enjoy the rest of this bit of time lapse, and I will come back to you with the next challenge. Okay, box number 2, and I feel like this one is not less serious, but a little bit more light-hearted, I guess. Maybe it's the people on the box of the Lyra thing, but style statement. That was the prompt for this one, and it kind of put me in mind of, you know, when I'd be backstage years ago and helping sew costumes and looking at all the lovely costume designs. So, as some of you know, I do actually have a drag character, and I perform in drag semi-regularly. And one of the designers that I absolutely love is, of course, the famous, the infamous Bob Mackie. So I thought this would be a good chance to do a very quick, rough sketch in the style of Bob Mackie and just do a very quick fashion croquis. So a fashion croquis is just a very simple figure that you can then design on top of, and I'm taking a lot of inspiration from various Bob Mackie dresses and designs on this one. And I thought to myself, why not push myself out of my comfort zone and instead do darker skin, which I don't usually do, but actually these markers are great for that. I think a lot of us are guilty of not doing darker skin. So just testing which markers I've got here, and you'll see in this there's a really weird leg that comes in, but because it's a fashion croquis, it's absolutely fine. Like, just honestly don't pay attention to it at all. But this one, for it being a quick sketch, I was actually quite pleased with. I really like these Lyra markers. The brush tip on them is really, really nice. The felt, it's a little bit too firm, a little bit scratchy. It on the paper it gave me that, you know, nails on the chalkboard feeling, that squeaky scratch. Was not a fan of that at all. But the brush, oh yes please, I really like that, and it's really expressive as well. So you'll see in just a moment I add some kind of plumage to this, and yeah, it was great for that. Really, really good. So again, enjoy this time lapse, and I will catch you at the end. So there we go. 2 boxes, 2 challenges, really quick one today. As I said, things are going to be changing when it comes to ScrawlrBox and the content on this channel. I will leave it until the next ScrawlrBox unboxing to fully go into that. I feel like I can properly have a chat with you guys then. But until then, really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of these 2 pieces. And until next time, goodbye.